Exploration quite often starts in the office with a concept. Somebody's looking at a map and they say, wow, that's prospective geology, or I like that historical geophysics map that we found, or we found an old newspaper cutting saying that this prospector found gold. So it starts off in the office with a concept. And then of course you need to go out into the field and what's called ground truthing. So you ground truth it. If there's outcrop, of course, you'll be taking grab samples and doing some mapping. If there's no outcrop, but you still feel there's some hunch or indication, maybe topography of something worthwhile, then you would either do soil sampling and ground-based geophysics. And if that gave you the encouragement, then you potentially go on to a scout drill program. If you were looking at the wider concept, then you might turn around and say, let's do an airborne geophysical survey as well. Or again, if you started off with that foothold of sort of prospecting discovery, you might go out wider with a stream sediment survey in the winter, when the lakes are frozen, lake sediment survey. So you're building out from this central sort of nucleus of information. But of course, you do need the impetus of that initial discovery. If things went well and you didn't have to repeat stages, like the soil sampling didn't really give you something, but the geophysics did. If things went well, and of course, we're in northwestern Ontario, we only have 6 months of the year field program, though of course you can drill on the ice and you can sample on the ice. I think that if things went really well, from concept in the office to drilling possibly maiden resource, you would be looking at 5 years. I think that would be good progress. If we wanted to walk through the dead otter, there was a historical showing there, 3.1 grams gold, almost 0.5% molybdenum, nothing else. No other historical work that we're aware of in that immediate vicinity. So we went in there prospecting and we identified a trend. 3 kilometers away along this trend, we picked up a 19 grammer, which we believe is the highest grab sample in the North Limb. And then we started filling in the ground in between, discontinuous outcrop. And so we decided then we would go to soil sampling. So we put soil sampling orientation grids in 3 areas to see if that would work. That did. So we went back and did a wider soil sampling program. That picked up anomalies, but a lot of areas where there was no exposure, so we couldn't take rock samples. So we decided in order that we could hone in better, we did what's called a VLF survey, very low frequency geophysics survey. So that's still in the process of being processing and interpreted. So I would hope that when we have all the bits together, i.e. the prospecting, I missed out a step, forgive me. We did channel sampling in some of the best areas of outcrop that had anomalous gold, specifically the 19 grammer and the 3 grammer. So yes, after the channel sampling, we in effect tried to fill in the blanks with soil sampling, and then we tried to pull it all together with the VLF survey. And one would think naturally the next step would be some scout drilling.